So I have a piece of ceiling that I need to patch up. So it looks here like there's a fluorescent light or track lighting been took off. So there's a plug here for the fixing and where the electric would have been fed through. And when this has been took off, looks like a patch has been pulled off here. And also, whether it be misplaced hole or a hole drilled one too many, this needs patching. But all isn't what it seems. The reason being because this is not actually a ceiling. It's the old board again. We have covered quite a lot about holes, but not about downlights on ceilings. So here I have a spare piece of board. Generally, when something like this is done, the ceiling is plastered finished, whether it be new plaster or retrofitting. Just need to cut. Now I can core this out. Okay. Now I can patch up and start to neaten up these furred edges of paper with some sandpaper. Just knock them off. Drywall plug, pop it into that hole in the centre. Okay, and then just a bit of diluted PVA. Just wet that plaster on the edge there. Let that dry now. This is dry enough now. In about 10 minutes. So I'll pop a spacer on there, 3mm spacer. Piece of wood, and I've piloted some holes. I just want to screw that on there. It doesn't have to go all the way in, but that will hold that there now. The screws either end, they were piloted as well, and I've screwed them up, so one more turn and the ends of these screws are going to come out. Oh, it'll just make it easier to line up and then screw up. So, making sure that the piece that you put in is nicely centred, then I can screw this up. Doesn't have to be totally all the way in, just as long as there's enough into that plaster to hold this in position. Okay, good to go. So now with some expanding foam, I can just seal around this gap. Now this is dry, I can remove this. So starting with the centre screw first. At this point, the foam will be gripping this piece of wood. And then just give it a gentle tap. Okay. I'll just remove this foam. Keep that, save it. light sand. While I'm at it, sand end. Something like that. You can actually just better just to push that through. Doesn't have to go all the way, just as long as you can get some filler in there. Now that spacer, 3mm spacer, will now give me some room to put some filler in this. So first of all, just rub a bit into that plug. Now I can proceed to fill it. So I've already sealed these two with PVA. Okay, and just pushing it into the edges. A hole this size is not too bad. You should be able to plug this and it shouldn't sag. Again, you could use foam to speed it up, but if you've no foam, then that's all you do. They're now ready for a second fill. Won't have any problem there. If you don't have any spare board, or you've no foam, all you have is plaster or like this, polyfiller, then you can use reusable mesh. So we do already have a video on how to use this. And between these two now, this is 3mm deep, this is going to be 1 inch deep, so that's going to take a lot longer to dry. Again, using the foam for a backing and facing it with filler is a speedier way of doing it. This will take a lot longer to dry, but we're good there.